Counter-Strike, the game that shaped a generation, the year everything changed. It was 1999. A strange kind of gap existed in the gaming world. Technology was moving fast, new ideas were appearing every month, yet players felt that something was still missing. FPS games were everywhere and people enjoyed them, but most of them started to feel the same. Linear missions, predictable AI enemies, a few hours of shooting and it was over. Players wanted more. They wanted real competition, real pressure, real victories, and real mistakes. In short, they wanted to face opponents who actually existed on the other side of the screen. And right around that time, two friends in Canada, Min Guzman Lee and Jess Cliff, began experimenting with the Half-Life engine. What started as simple curiosity soon turned into one big question. Can we make something better than this? They didn't have a big plan or high expectations. It was a tiny idea built by a tiny team. But what emerged wasn't just a mod, it was the spark that would eventually reshape the entire FPS genre. This spark had a name, Counter-Strike. The concept was simple, almost minimal. Two teams, terrorists and counter-terrorists. Clear objectives, sharp mechanics, and a level of tension that most games at the time couldn't even come close to. When the first version went online in June 1999, no one predicted what was about to happen. But servers filled almost instantly. Forums exploded with excitement. Internet cafés began turning into Counter-Strike arenas. A project born as a hobby suddenly became a global phenomenon. From mod to icon, 1999 to 2001. The early versions of the game were extremely small. Only a handful of maps, a few weapons, a simple framework. But those maps quickly became symbols of an entire era. Dust, Aztec, Italy, Office. Each one carried a story for the players who grew up with them. The clicking of keyboards, the echo of flashbangs, the tension of hearing the C4 being planted, these became everyday experiences in internet cafes. And Valve noticed. They invited Guzman and Cliff to join the company, officially turning Counter-Strike into a Valve project. With version 1.0, the direction of FPS gaming changed forever. It wasn't just about reflex anymore. Suddenly, players had to consider team economy, timing, positioning, and communication. Counter-Strike became easy to start, extremely hard to truly master. More than a game, a culture, 2002 to 2005. In the early 2000s, CS wasn't just entertainment, it became part of daily life. Kids rushed to internet cafes after school. "Rush B!" shouts echoed through crowded rooms. A single clutch moment could make an entire cafe stand up in excitement. After versions 1.3 and 1.5, the community finally met the version that would define a generation. Counter-Strike 1.6. Fast, clean, unforgiving, and endlessly replayable. Global tournaments began rising. CPL, WCG, ESWC, and many of today's legendary players started their careers in these events. By this point, Counter-Strike was not just a game. It was an identity, a passion, a lifestyle. The source split, 2004 to 2011. Technology kept moving forward and Valve wanted to evolve. That's how Counter-Strike Source arrived. New physics, new graphics, a more modern engine. On paper, it was a big step. But the community split instantly. One side said, "This is the future of CS." The other argued, "This doesn't feel like Counter-Strike anymore." Source looked modern, but it didn't capture the exact sharpness or rhythm of 1.6. Internet cafes kept playing 1.6. Most tournaments stayed with 1.6 as well. Valve updated Source constantly, improved it, fixed it, adjusted it. But players around the world had the same expectation, a true rebirth. The arrival of CSGO 2012 to 2015. Then came 2012. Valve revealed Counter-Strike Global Offensive. The goal was obvious: keep old players engaged while inviting a new generation into the series. But the launch wasn't smooth. Movement felt different, recoil felt strange, animations looked unfamiliar. A large portion of the community reacted immediately. This doesn't feel like real CS. Still, Valve stayed committed. Update by update, the game slowly found its rhythm. And in 2013, everything changed with the Arms Deal update. Weapon skins arrived, and the identity of the game shifted overnight. Players could express style, preference, personality. Some skins even became luxury collectibles. CS:GO quickly grew into more than a game. It became an ecosystem, with creators, traders, teams, and millions of fans involved. The golden years, 2015 to 2020. After 2015, CS:GO turned into an unstoppable force. Arena finals were sold out. Millions of viewers watched majors online. Teams like NiP, Fnatic, Virtus.pro, Astralis, and Navi defined entire eras. Every tournament added a new chapter to the game's legacy. Every clutch round became a highlight watched by millions. Valve kept updating the game, matchmaking, the workshop system, GOTV spectator tools. CS:GO continued to evolve. But as time moved on, one question grew louder: what comes next? A new era, Counter-Strike 2, 2023. By 2023, CS:GO's engine was showing its age. And when the first CS2 related files leaked online, the entire community went wild. Valve finally made it official. Counter-Strike 2 was real. Powered by Source 2, the game brought a refreshed look and feel, realistic lighting, responsive smoke, upgraded physics, and rebuilt maps. Even Dust 2 looked almost alive. At first, the community split again, just like the old Source days. But time smoothed out the resistance. Tournaments shifted to CS2, new stars emerged, and old legends returned. The 2024 Copenhagen Major became the first milestone of this new era, the fire that never dies. From 1999 to 2024, Counter-Strike has changed, evolved, and reinvented itself. But one thing stayed the same. This game became part of people's lives. Internet cafés, late-night LAN parties, friendships, rivalries, unforgettable rounds. They all belong to the same shared culture. 5 players, 1 objective, and one simple truth: either you take the shot, or you get taken out. Counter-Strike 2 isn't just a new game. It's the next page in a story that refuses to end. Some games are simply played,